Hey guys, it's Tami, your faith-based clinical sexologist here with the Business of Love. And I am actually in Minnesota at the moment. And I don't know if any of you ever been to Minnesota. This is actually Maple Grove, and behind me is one of the lakes. You know, Minnesota is land of the 10,000 lakes. And so I'm just getting ready to just walk around the lake a few times and get some exercise on. So I thought while I was doing that, I would talk to you guys for a little bit here. So one of the things that's been standing out in my mind is helping couples to prepare for marriage and helping you as a single person prepare for marriage. And one thing I have to say for sure is that when you meet that person and you fall in love, it seems like the things that you like to do either kind of blend with your new person, or you just kind of let them go by the wayside and forget about them. And I want to encourage you today. First of all, if you're married already, then you have to approach this a little differently than if you're single. But I would say too how it's so very important to have your own interests, things that you like, things that you enjoy doing. And like for me, like hiking is something that I really enjoy doing. Now, I'm not going to be hiking any mountains here in Minnesota, that's for sure. I'm just on a walk around the lake right now. But I know from being in a marriage of almost 19 years, or even relationships, quite frankly, and they don't go the direction that you think. It's that you each have to have your own interests to further your growth and development as a person. And it's important to find things that you like and enjoy doing together. So many times what happens is when people fall in love, they tend to forget about the things that they once really liked, and they start merging their life with this new person. And if you're newlywed, I'm sure you probably have experienced those adjustment joys and pains, but it's finding your place together as a couple where you can both have time to enjoy the things that you like to do alone and also as a couple. So that's really important. And as a single person, the worst thing that you could do is just keep yourself sedentary in a place where you're not venturing out or trying anything new or expanding your mind or learning or growing or even having a chance to meet people. Now, I will admit that I didn't listen. Years ago when I used to live here, I never liked walking, hiking, being outside because it was just, it's very humid here in the summer. It's very humid in the summertime, and so I never really liked to go outside because I had allergy problems. But once you get past some of those adjustments and you find your climate that kind of works for you, your body is able to adapt. But that's not my point. And I'm going to see, you can see right back here, there is a heron with its little babies back there. It's very cute. So anyway, I'm going to switch arms here because that one's getting sore. The point being is that I really would like for you guys to be able to have interests that are good for you and healthy for you, I'm going to sit for a hot second here, that are good for you and healthy for you. And sometimes when we are with another person, we really kind of let those things go by the wayside until something happens and the relationship ends. And I think, not to be stereotypical, but I do think that especially women tend to do this more so because that nurturing instinct kicks in, and then, if you start having children and, then you're watching over your babies, and it's it can be very complex. But just really finding you and understanding what you enjoy. I can just remember that I would never have gone out for a walk by myself, or even without my dog, quite honestly. But I've spent like the past 4 years hiking in various mountains and Colorado and all that. And so that's made a lot of changes for me personally. But I did want to just pop in and share with you some wisdom from marriage, and that is to don't give up what's important to you, okay? And I know that there are compromises that have to be made when you're in a relationship. You each have to give a little bit so that you can come together in unity. But when people lose themselves in their relationship, and then all of a sudden one day wake up saying, who am I? Because they don't feel that they have an identity any longer. They don't feel as though their life has meaning, their life has purpose. They just don't do anything fun anymore to enjoy life. And that's one thing I've learned for sure through this last breakup that I had, is just really learning how to play. And you've probably seen that in a lot of my videos. If you watched any of my previous videos, it's getting out. It's getting out of the house. It is having new experiences, new adventures, and not being afraid to go on those adventures by yourself. So whether you're single and you're hoping to have a mate in your life, or you are booed up, you need to have your own interests that you can enjoy. So you don't need to just sit on the sofa because your partner is sitting on the sofa, okay? Get up, go for a walk, do something healthy for you. And so I just want to encourage you, especially speaking really to my singles who have not chosen a partner yet, or maybe you're coming off of a bad relationship and you're still healing. In that healing journey, you really have to find yourself, and you need to get out. You need to get your body moving. You need to learn and grow. And one of the things that we can do is we can take a class or read a book or try something new and start creating new pathways neurologically in the brain of positive, joyful experiences, so that if you're plagued by negative memories or hurtful things maybe that a previous partner did in a poor relationship that you had, that you're able to kind of push those off to the back, and they'll start fading away the more you start doing enjoyable things and getting out there and just loving your life. So all in all, what I really want to tell you today is, in preparation for having a healthy relationship, you need to have a healthy you first. And that means getting out and getting moving and trying new things and not being afraid to do them alone. So I never used to like to do anything alone, honestly. I'm very much a people person. But the more time that God has allowed me to spend with Him, and to spend just getting to know myself, I've learned that there's so much beauty in life if you just go out and live it. And so that's for sure. One of the things for me is like, okay, so my hat, it's starting to rain. It's starting to rain a little bit out here. I've learned from living in Denver, I never go anywhere without my hat, because my hat, it protects me from the sun. It protects me from, if it starts raining, dust storms and whatnot. So yes, one of the things I learned about myself, I like hats. And I never used to wear hats, so now I am wearing hats. And so here I am, just walking in Maple Grove. But anyway, I just wanted to pop in, say I love you guys, and just remember, value yourself and find things that you like to do, and don't give up the things that you love doing for any person, because that's when resentment starts setting in and people start getting bitter in their relationship because you sacrificed this thing for your person, and maybe you don't feel that they sacrificed enough for you, and then you start getting angry, and then that angry countenance just kind of follows you. Countenance. I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly. But that bitterness, that angerness, it just follows you like a bad barnacle on a ship and starts multiplying itself in your life and your body. See, I have this happy place shirt on. People are honking at me. This is so funny. I got so many compliments on this shirt all the time. But anyway, back to the subject matter at hand. Don't give up you to fall in love with them. You can fall in love and you can find ways that you can work together, but don't give up the elements that are important to you in keeping you happy and healthy. So that's all I wanted to say to you guys in hindsight and in wisdom, because when we first fall in love with someone, we tend to lose so many things about ourselves, and then it shows up months or years later. Where did me go? So find you and stay with what's important to you, and give preference to your partner, of course. If you're married, I'm not saying not to do that, but I'm just saying too many people are booing up with the wrong person, and they're marrying someone with whom they don't have similar qualities or lifestyle or interests, and then you end up in a mess. So I don't want you guys to be in a mess. I want you guys to have healthy, happy, joyful relationships that have God purpose behind them. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and finish out this walk. And on this episode of Walk With Me, I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, you're special, you're important, and don't forget about you. All right, I love y'all. See you next time.